Hello again. So now let's have a look at question 5 from the 2025 Junior Cycle Ordinary Level Maths exam. Okay, and the Q5 is on statistics and a probability. Okay, it says that in a survey of 120 students in this particular school, okay, we have 30 play both sports and computer games. All right, and also we have 48 play computer games. Okay, so on the first part, it says that use the above information to complete the Venn diagram below. So we have a diagram here that we need to complete. Okay, so now let's have a look at the diagram. What we have a set S, which refers to the students who play sports, right? And we have a set C, which refers to the students who play computer games. Okay, and we know that the total number of elements in set C is 48 from this line, right? We have 48 students, okay, who play computer games. Okay, and we have 35 a number here and 37 a number here, and we need to complete the diagram here by just finding what the total number of elements in this region and also the total number of elements in this region. Okay, and what we have here, we have a universal set, which refers to the to the total number of elements in all in all the sets we have in the survey. Okay, it's called the universal set, and the size of the set is 120. Okay, from the line there. Okay, which refers to the universal set. Okay, so about this region here, what we have, we know that we have 30 students play both sports and computer games. Okay, it means here we have 30. Okay, so if we just write 30 here, write down 30, it means that we have 30 students who are elements of the set S and also are elements of the set C. It means that, and meaning that we have 30 students who play sports and and computer games. So we have 30 here. So that's the first region. And the second region here, the second region, we need to find the total number of it. So as you know that the total number of the set C is 48. Okay, but we also know that we have 30 out of those 48 are elements of this group, right? 30 out of 48. Okay, so in other words, what we can say here, we can say 48 minus 30, and that gives me an answer of 18, right? So we can write it down here, 18, and it means that we have 18 elements or students in this region. So if we add 30 plus 18, both of them, we get an answer of 48. Okay, so that's the first part of the question is done. And the second part, it says that how many students play neither sports nor computer games? Neither nor. Okay, so we know that here in the group, in the set S, we have elements, and this group also C, we have elements. Okay, but we need to find the students or the elements who are outside of those two sets. Okay, who play neither sport nor computer games, outside of those two sets, right? So this means that we are talking about this, this subset here, 37. Okay, 37, because we have 37 students who play neither sport nor computer, because they are outside. They are not elements of the group S and the group C. Both of them are outside those, the groups, as you see here. So all what we have to do is we write down, very simple, we say 37. We say 37, right? 37. So that's the correct answer for the second part. Okay, and about the third part here, what we have a statement, okay, and it says explain what this statement means in terms of what the students in the school play, sports and computer games. Okay, so as you know that here when we say like hash symbol here, we refer to the total number of elements in the set. Okay, total number here, and here we have what we have S, set S and another set C, and there is a backslash between them. And as you know that backslash here means the difference, okay, operation between those two sets. Okay, or in other words we can say like S less C less C. It means that we take all elements in the set S, and then we ignore the elements who are also a part elements of the what in the set C. So we say S less C. Okay, we just take the, I mean we take the all the numbers in elements in S, and then we ignore, or we ignore the elements who are also part from the other C. So if we go back to the figure here, what we say here, back to the diagram, here we have 35. So we have 35 who are elements of the set C, but not elements of the set S. Okay, it means that what we say that you take the elements S, all of them, and then we take less, we delete the elements of S who are also elements of the other group. So we say S less C is 35. It means S less C is 35, right? So that's the expression here, the statement. What we can say here, very simple. We say we have 35, okay, students who play what? Play sports, right? Sports, but not what? Computer games, right? So this is how we explained, the statement, the meaning of this statement, Very simple. Okay. Now about the fourth part here, it says that one student is picked at random from the 120 students who participated in the survey. Okay. So what is the probability that this student plays sport or computer games, but not both? Okay, let's see. When we talk about a probability, as you know that probability, so we need to define it, very simple. Say probability here means that what? Probability equals to what? As you know that any probability means that we have a number of successful, events. So we say successful here, right? Successful, right? Successful, right? And then here total. Okay, so now about the total, we know the total is what? Is 120. So we directly write it 120. We know that we have the total number of all the groups or the size of the universal set is 120. So we write it down 120. Okay, now we need to find the number of the successful elements. Okay, so if we look at this line, so we pick up a random student from those 120, and we need to find the probability of that student who plays sport or computer games, but not both. Okay, so if we go back here, what we have, so we have a group here, 35. I mean, these are the students who play only play sports, and we have also 18 students who play computer games, but not both of them. So it means that we are taking into our accounts this region and this region, and we are ignoring this region, right? It means that we are taking and picking up random students from this region or from this region. but not from this region, right? So meaning that we have the total number of successful events means that we have 35 plus 18. You got my point? So we write it down, those two numbers. We say here, very simple. We say 35 plus 18. And that gives me an answer of what? 53 divided by 120. So that's the correct answer for the fourth part. The answer here is acceptable, but also we can write it also in the decimal form using, say, just point. If we divide those two numbers, we say we get 0.44. Also, we can use this form as well. Both of them are accepted in the exam. Okay, so that's the fourth part. Okay. Solution is done up to this point, but now let's go back to the diagram and maybe to have, a better understanding. And so maybe it's better also to explore, the ideas about the Venn diagram here as well. Okay, so what we can say here, since we know that C is 48 elements, has 48 elements, let's also write it down for the other group. So we can say S. So what is the total number of elements in the set S here? It's very simple. We say just like 35 plus 30. If we say 35 plus 30, we have what? 65. Okay. And what else? Maybe I take here. I want to use the hash here. Okay. So about this region here, what we can say, this region, we can say the hash of what? 35 means what? We have 35 elements who are in group S, but not in group C. So we can say S, right, less C equals 35, right? That's the statement for this region. And also for this region here, this one, we can do it the same as well. Maybe like that. You can say also hash, what we have C less S, which is what? Equals 18, right? Now about this region here, of the region of 30, what do we say? We say hash. This region means the intersection between those two sets. We can say like S C is 30, right? And finally, if we find the union set of S and C, we can say the total number of what? S union C is what? Here. What we have 35. We say 35 here, right? 35 plus we have 30 here. 30 plus we have what? We have 18 plus 18. And that gives me what? 30, 65, 18 plus 83. Okay. So the union of S and C is a set with a number of elements of 83. Okay. And the only last thing is there about this one here, this guy, 37. So what is 37 here? So to express, maybe we can say like, the hash, as you know, that this 37 represents the students who are not elements of the group S and the group C, both of them. It means not elements of the union set of those two sets. Okay. So what we can say like S union C, and then we take the complement, very important, complement outside of those two, sets, equals to 37. Okay. Right. And finally, about this number 120, how to get this number? So if we add, the the union plus the complement we should get 120. So we can say here, we can say 83 plus 37, and that gives me 120. Okay, so here is just an extra workout to have a better understanding about this diagram, Venn diagram in general. Okay, but we don't need usually, basically you don't need to do this during the exam. Okay, and here are the marking notes. Okay, so for the first two parts, A and B, those two parts are on the scale of 15D, meaning that we have 15 marks for those, for the two parts, with 5 subcategories. Okay, and the answer, is considered as having 3 parts, because we have computed the 3 values, this value and this value and this value from the second part. Okay, so here is the computed like the intersection between the two sets, which is 30. The size of the intersection of those two sets is 30, and also as the difference between those two sets, the size of the difference between those two sets, which is 18, right? And the third part is the complement of the union of the two sets. Okay, so what we can see here that we may get 4 out of 15 in the case if we just show some calculations in one part only, 1 part out of those 3. Okay, and also we may get 8 out of 15 if we have 1 part correct, like 1 part out of those 3, we have 1 part correct, we get 8 out of 15. Okay, and also sometimes for this for this mid partial credit, if we have this value, maybe we computed in wrongly, the wrong value for this, but we computed this value. Okay, and the addition of those two values can give me the correct size of the group, the set S, which is 48. For example, here we computed wrongly, for example here 20 and here 28. The addition of those two values will give me 48. Okay, in that case the C less S is considered as correct. Okay, and also the last one, what we have, we may get 12 out of 15 if we have 2 parts correct, 2 parts out of 3. Okay, we can get 12 out of 15, and the 15 is the full mark for this part. Okay, now about the other 2 parts, C and D. Okay, we have a scale of 5D. Okay, meaning that we have 5 marks we can get from those 2 parts. Okay, with sub 5 categories. Okay, so we may get 2 out of 5 if we show work of more than 1 part out of those 2 parts. Okay, and also for the part C here, we can also get some marks if we show if we write down some equivalent wording or explanation for this part. For example, we say 35 play sport, or states 35 don't play computer games, and so on. And for the part D here, any number from the, maybe if we just we say, okay, only we show only 35, write down only 35 plus 18, or maybe we can divide any number from the Venn diagram divided by 20. In that case, we will be in this case. Okay, 2 out of 5. And also we may get 3 out of 5 in the case of mid partial credit if we have 1 part correct only, either this part or that part, or we show work of merit in both parts. Okay, we will be in this case. Okay, and we have also 4 out of 5 if we have 1 part correct and some work of merit in the other merit of the other part, so either that one or that one, but we have some calculations for the other part. Okay, and here there is a special case. Okay, we may get also fully credit -1, which is 4, if we left the answer for part D as 35 plus 18 over 120. We should give the answer in terms of 53 divided. We have to add those two numbers together to give the final answer. Okay, so we need to be careful about this. Okay.